Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a framework that could totally change the way you think about your job. We're talking about why some work feels like a superpower and other work feels like, well, like kryptonite. And we're going to figure it out by sitting in on one very revealing team meeting. Okay, so let's just start with a question we've all asked ourselves, right? It's at the heart of this huge workplace mystery. Why do you absolutely love doing certain things, but other tasks, even ones you're good at, just completely drain you? So to figure this out, we're jumping into a team meeting that's already happening. And you can feel it. The atmosphere is a little tense. And it seems like it's all about one guy, Bull, who's clearly been having a rough time. And right then, Bull's wife, Anna, walks in. She picks up on the vibe immediately. And, with a little bit of humor, she just gets right to the point, asking about her husband. His colleague Jasper's reply is funny, but you can tell he's not really kidding. Bull isn't just having a bad week. He's become, and this is in his own words, ill-tempered. Something's really wrong here, and the team thinks they finally figured out why. So, what's their big discovery? Well, the team tells Anna that they found this incredible framework that explains exactly why some kinds of work give us energy and other kinds lead straight to frustration and burnout. And the core idea? It's actually super simple. Any project, and I mean any project, from launching a new app to just planning a family dinner, needs 6 different kinds of work. And here's the kicker. Each of us is only naturally gifted, has a genius for, about 2 or 3 of them. When you're working in your genius, it feels easy, it's energizing. But when you're forced to do the other stuff, that's where you get the guilt, the frustration, and the burn.
All right, so you've got to understand what these 6 types are. Let's break down the first 3 geniuses. These are all about where great ideas even come from in the first place.
First up, you've got the genius of wonder. These are the people who just can't help but think about the big picture. They're always asking, could this be better? Or, wait, are we missing something here? They see the potential for improvement everywhere.
And just like that, Anna hears this and has this instant reaction. She's like, yep, that's me. It's a perfect example of how these ideas just click once you hear them.
Okay, so building on that, right after wonder comes invention. This is the genius of creating totally new ideas, just pulling solutions out of thin air. So if a person with wonder asks, why aren't we doing this better? The person with invention comes back with, I've got an idea.
And just as fast, Anna points to her husband, Bull. He's the idea guy. It's what he does naturally, what gives him energy. It's not just a skill for him, it's a core part of who he is.
The third idea genius is discernment. Now, this isn't about data or spreadsheets. This is all about intuition, gut feel. People with this genius just know if an idea is going to work. They see patterns and connections that everybody else misses, which makes their judgment so valuable. And in another one of these aha moments, Anna looks over at Bull's colleague, Lynn, and nails it. She's not even part of this team, but just by listening, she's already starting to see everyone around her, at work and at home, in a completely new light. Okay, so we've got our idea people: wonder, invention, and discernment. But an idea is just an idea until someone actually does something with it. So now, let's look at the geniuses that are needed to make those ideas a reality. And that brings us to the genius of galvanizing. This is that spark. It's the ability to rally the troops and get people excited and moving. And this, right here, this is where the whole mystery of Bull's frustration starts to crack wide open.
So Anna points out, hey, Bull is good at galvanizing, and he agrees, he can do it. But, and this is the key, he admits that doing it all the time absolutely drains him. And this leads to a massive breakthrough for everyone in the room, especially for Anna.
And wow, talk about raw honesty. Bull explains the emotional toll this takes. It's not just that he gets tired. It's that he feels like he has to become a jerk just to get things done. Imagine carrying that around all day. And with that one confession from Bull, everything just clicks for Anna. It's like a light bulb didn't just turn on, it exploded. And suddenly, his stress at work is connected to their entire life together. All of a sudden, it all makes sense. Why are family vacations so tense? Why is just getting out the door on Sunday mornings a battle? Why is even Cub Scouts an ordeal? It's because he's always stuck being the forced galvanizer, the one who has to push and push and push, and it's completely exhausting him. So now that they see the problem, the whole picture gets clearer. After someone galvanizes and gets things moving, you need people with the genius of enablement. These are the helpers, the ones who hear the call and instinctively jump in and ask, "How can I help?" They just want to offer support. And of course, this is totally Anna. She immediately recognizes this in herself. She's the person who can't go to a school meeting without coming home with a new volunteer project. She's just wired to assist, and it genuinely gives her energy. And finally, there's the genius of tenacity. These are the finishers. If galvanizing is about starting the race with a bang, tenacity is all about running that last, brutal mile to cross the finish line. These folks get their energy from seeing things through to completion, no matter what obstacles get in the way. So as this unbelievably insightful conversation starts to wrap up, Anna has one more breakthrough. She's looking at the team's drawing on the whiteboard, and she comes up with this powerful new way to see how all these geniuses work together. Her idea is so simple, but it's brilliant. She says to stop drawing them as separate circles and start drawing them as interlocking gears. Because think about it, a gear by itself doesn't do much, but when they mesh together, they create real movement. Each genius needs the others to work. And that metaphor just nails the core message of this whole thing. We are not meant to do it all. The practical takeaway here is huge. When you understand this, you can build your team or even just understand your family so that all the gears work together smoothly. You stop asking the wonder person to manage the tiny details, and you stop forcing your invention person to be the cheerleader. You get less friction, more energy, and a whole lot more joy. So, you see, understanding where you get your energy and where you lose it isn't just some fun little quiz. It is the key to a more productive, a more collaborative, and honestly, a more joyful life. So take a second and think about it. Your team, your family, yourself. Which gears are you? And maybe more importantly, which ones are you